and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories. Welcome! Today is a special episode, the episode where I'm gonna wrap up the month of December and I will show you all the things that I have completed during that month. And two more things, two extras, one from November and one from January, because they are very much related to the month of December. You can find me on Instagram as Kettonits and on Ravelry as Kettonits, and all the important information with the links is in the description box down below. Let's begin. So, let's start with the eight things that I completed in December. They are all knitted items. 3 of them will count as one because they are teeny tiny. You will soon know why. But let's go in a more or less chronological order. I will start with a little fun item that I made for our son. It was a spontaneous idea, and it was one of our son's Christmas gifts. It's a hot water bottle cover that I knit, and I chose the Pokemon theme because that's what he likes. And I didn't use any particular pattern. I checked a couple of free hot water bottle cover patterns for a DK weight yarn on Ravelry. I think I could link something down below, but I didn't actually use any of them like exactly as it was written. I modified it because I think our that hot water bottle that's inside was a bit different size. I don't know, looks pretty standard, or my gauge was off, something wasn't working. So I took the idea from there, and then I found a few free sock patterns, Pokemon themed sock patterns on Ravelry, and I took the images from there. I started knitting from the bottom up, and the black yarn is Drops Merino Extra Fine. I had it in my stash. I have been knitting, I think, black hats with it before. And then I did stranded knitting here for the balls. And then I realized I wanted to use 4 Pokemon images in here. And I realized that there is no way they are gonna fit, not even 2 would fit here. So I just knit it black, and then I duplicate stitched these on top. I duplicate stitched the Pokemons. It took me a couple of attempts because duplicate stitching is not really my thing, and I couldn't get the tension quite right, but after a couple of attempts I succeeded. So I have 4 different Pokemons right here, and then I wasn't happy with the colors. I ripped it back and I did them again, but here they are. I still wanted to do a red edging here, but I ran out of time and I did not do that. Still might just take a crochet hook and this red yarn and do add a little finishing touch right here, but I think it's also good as is, but if I feel like someday I can do it. I have yarn left. So we have these Pokeballs going around and 4 different Pokemons, and he loved it. He was very excited about it, he loved it, and he's been using this. That's why it has a bit of dog fur on it. But yeah, I'm very happy with this one. I'm very, very happy with this one. And these colorful yarns were random scraps from my stash. I think the yellow one was Drops Merino Extra Fine, and then the rest 4 were various hand-dyed yarns in a DK weight that I just had a small leftovers from some other projects. So that's one. And I'm very proud of it because I think of duplicate stitching and Pokemons, and because our son was very happy about it. So am I. Somehow this feels like a great achievement, even though it was a quick and easy project. So that's one. Let's put it aside. That's one thing I completed. Then 2 next things I will show very, very quickly because they both have been in use and I did not manage to wash them before showing. But they were both emergency knits, one for my husband and one for our daughter. I'll show them almost together. So I knit a beanie for my husband because he misplaced his favorite yellow beanie and he was wearing some horrible acrylic one that he got for free from somewhere. I don't know. It was awful. I found his yellow beanie afterwards. He is now using that outside, so I could borrow this, but I did not manage to wash it. I knit this in my own hand-dyed yak sock, held double. It's a fingering weight, but I held it double, so I got a DK in the color rust, and it's a very simple 2x2 rib beanie. Very, very basic. Nothing much to tell about it. I didn't use any pattern. It's now stretched out and I need to get it back in order. I need to block it again, and yeah, my husband has a weird head shape. All his hats look like that in a while. But you get the idea. Very, very simple beanie. I think I knit it like in a day probably, or in a couple of days. And same with these socks. They look horrible because they came straight from use. She has been very, very actively using them. I just used very, very fun yarn from Shoppelwolle. It's their new Alpzauber something something. I don't remember the color name. I didn't write anything down, but just for the record that I need a pair of socks for our daughter. And they are the thicker ones. Okay, now to the more exciting projects that I have. Oh, let's do the extra now because it's related to our daughter as well. I think, okay, many of you have asked to see this. I completed the Cozy Memories blanket that I was knitting for our little one. It's here. I completed it already in November. So ahead of my schedule, yay! I added a pink I-cord border, and this has been used a lot and loved a lot. She uses it every day. It lives in her room. It's massive. I don't think I can show it to you here, but I took a video outside. My husband helped me and we took a video of this full thing outside, and I will insert it here while I talk. So the blanket is massive. It weighs 1,100, just a bit under 1,100 grams. So 1.1 kilograms of yarn, of scrap yarn has gone in it. And none of the squares repeat. Each square is basically unique. And I modified that central stitch. You can see it's a bit different than in the pattern, because I did use the Cozy Memories blanket pattern. I will link it down below, but I did modify the middle stitch because I did like a double decrease, whatever it's called. There is a proper name for that. Yeah, that central double decrease. Just to get this nice, like a almost slip stitch. It's not a slip stitch, but yeah, that beautiful stitch running through the middle of these squares, like diagonally. And it's a big blanket. It's a big, heavy blanket, and she loves it. And there are all the happy colors in it. And then I added a bubblegum colored border because that's Sophia's favorite color. She loves pink, she's a pink girl, and pink always works. You can never go wrong with pink. So I completed it. It took me almost 2 years to finish this blanket because I started it on 1st of January year 2021. Yeah, year 2021, 1st of January, that's when I cast it on. So almost 2 years in the making, but it's so well worth it. And it holds a lot of lovely memories because, yeah, we have, you can find things that I have knit, like here is my sweater, and like here is a pair of socks, and here is another, here's my summer top, or like another summer top, or another sweater, or Sophia's socks. You can find a lot of things here. It just holds memories. And then when I ran out of my own scraps. Like, I still had scraps, but I have already put them here. A lot of you have sent me your scraps, and they have made it here. And yeah, there is a piece of you as well in Sophia's blanket. And I hope she will cherish it forever and have it throughout. She will have it throughout her adult life as well. So that's a lovely, lovely big blanket. Okay, then let's go to the project that I have been working throughout the month of December, actually throughout the Advent, because it's my Advent knit. And if you have watched my Vlogmas, there is a whole playlist on my channel where you can find all the Vlogmas episodes from this year and then a separate list from the last year. You have seen these. These are my Advent socks. So second year in a row, I ordered a self-striping, 24 stripe self-striping skein from the Cozy Knitter, Christina. She's a yarn dyer in Canada. I think she's originally Danish, but she lives in Canada and she dyes these beautiful self-striping yarns. I think she mostly dyes self-striping, and every year for quite many years, I think, maybe 5 or 6 years, she has been doing these Advent skeins, and this is my second year. This is my second year knitting it, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did last year. The idea is that every day from 1st of January you knit one stripe a day, and then on 24th or 5th you have a new pair of socks. I used just a cream yarn as my contrasting yarn for toes, heels and cuffs, because I have a big size, I have a big foot. Mine is European size 40, and I need that yarn if I want to use all 24 stripes and not have them repeating. I have 12 stripes on the leg and 12 stripes on the foot, because 12 stripes is exactly what I need for my size. And this year I did the heel. That is not my favorite heel, but I don't know, I was so tired at that point, I couldn't figure anything out, so I just did an afterthought heel. So basically I knit a bit past. Yeah, my socks are started from the cuff, and then I knit a couple of stripes, and then I cut in between 2 stripes and just added a very, very simple basic afterthought heel. Nothing much to tell really. The only thing that I always knit a couple of rounds before actually starting the decreases, because I need a bit of space here. I have high instep, and that actually helps. Adding those rows, I think I added maybe four rows before I start, like rounds, full rounds before I started the decreases for the heel. So these are lovely. I have not worn them yet because I finished them on 25th. And I wore my last year's socks this Christmas, but that's okay. I guess I can save these for the next year. Or maybe I could wear them now throughout month of January just to be cozy and enjoy them. I'll think about it. But anyways, here is a finished pair of socks. Okay, I will show you 3 little things that I count as one. You're probably wondering, what is that? What is that, woman? What are you showing us? If you're a returning viewer, you know that Sophia's bunny lately got a house. Sophia is my daughter, and she has several bunnies and a mouse that all live in a house. A couple of bunnies don't really fit in a house, but they live next to the house. So there is one smaller bunny and one tiny mouse that I made for her birthday this year. They live in a house. Now they even got a proper house. Before it was just a shelf on her, was one room on her bookshelf, and now we got her that wooden IKEA house from IKEA. So we've been adding a couple of cute things. Now Bunny has a bathroom, and I knit a little towel from a frotte yarn. I had a bit of leftovers. I've been making cotton yeah, makeup pad removers, like the ones you wash, reusable ones from this frotte yarn. And it's lovely. And I have a couple of bath sponges from this, because this is a very, I don't remember the maker of this yarn. Of course, I'm blacking out on that, but I don't think it's important. The thing is that I've been using it because you can wash it at 60 degrees and it stays okay. So Bunny has a little towel from the leftovers I had. Then I had an old boucle yarn, and Bunny got a little blanket for like a throw for a sofa, because we also have a pink sofa from IKEA. We had it before, but it was in a different place. Now it's in the Bunny house, it fits. And then I made a cute little pillow from a Drops Baby Merino. There's a little heart. It looks a bit squished, but it's fine. A little heart and then a seed stitch on the back. So just a cute little cushion to go with this throw. And that goes on a Bunny's pink sofa. Okay, that's basically like one finished object. It took me, I think, like an hour to make all three. So that's what I made in December. Okay, now we go to my big December project. Big and exciting. You have seen this before, probably. If you're a new viewer, you have not seen any of that, but you can go back and watch the previous episodes where I talk more about all of these things and see the process. So this is my very, very exciting festive yoke pullover by Skein Knits. Ellie of Skein Knits designed this already last year, and then she like pre-released it last, I think, December, and then I started it straight away. I knit a bit. I think I knit maybe like till the trees, or I had trees halfway. Then I put it aside with the idea that I will pick it up in summer and I will do like a bit every month and I will have it ready for Christmas. And I did none of that. I picked it up again in November or December. When did I pick it up? Anyway, I picked it up like a month ago. And then I just speed knit through it in December. And I got it ready. I was very scared of doing colorwork sleeves, especially this narrow, which meant that I can't use my 40 centimeter circulars. And here I couldn't. I think I used my 40 centimeter circulars still around here. And then I had to magic loop, and I hate that with colorwork because then my tension gets all over the place. So I suffered through this bit. I would normally use my Addi Sock Wonder. Sock Wonder is a tiny circular. And yeah, I didn't have that neither in the right size. I'm backing out on the needle name. What is going on with me? My brain has been in a resting mode and now I'm forgetting the one, Crazy Trios. I would normally use Addi Crazy Trios, but turns out I did not have the right size of those neither in my stash. I think I need to go through my needles and maybe update my needle supplies that I would have a variety of them. Yeah, looks like I'm missing a couple of sizes here and there. So I had to suffer through magic looping, but it's not that bad. It's okay. It's okay. So I completed it and I'm very, very happy with this sweater. It's my happy sweater. It's my happy holiday sweater, and I think I can wear it also not around Christmas because it's just wintry. There is nothing too Christmassy about it. It's just trees and hearts and yeah, I did not include any of the Christmas themed patterns because Skein Knits, she gives us like 20 different little patterns. Yeah, and then you can basically put them in any order you like. It's a very, very clever pattern because the increases are hidden between the between these charts, and yeah, you don't need to mess with the pattern. And I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that you can choose whichever you like, and I didn't choose any of the very Christmassy patterns. Like there were baubles, there were candle holders, there were little presents and bells, and I didn't pick any of those because I just wanted overall like Nordic winter vibe. Still feels Christmassy though because it's red. It's red and white and I love it. I love this sweater. I think it's a tad longer than I wanted. I wanted to wear it with the dresses, but I still can wear it with the skirts. I'm not big on pants lately. I just need to find the right dress probably to go with it because it's just a tad too long. But I wanted to incorporate all of these patterns here. Like if I would have cut it here, it would have been too short. Maybe I could rip back and take this last tiny pattern out. Maybe. But I don't know. Would that be enough? I don't know. So I will wear it for a bit and then I'll think about it. Does the length bother me or is it good? I don't know. With on Christmas I wore it with home leggings because I was just lounging around the house. I had like my basic leggings and this on and then the stripy socks. It was very good. But when I wear it over a dress, it feels just a tad too long. So what do I say? I'm in love with it. And the yarn I used is Istex Camp Garn. It might look that it's bleeding, but it's not. It's just the red fluff that goes over the white yarn because the yarn is a bit fluffy. It's a merino wool, but it's not treated. And that's why there is a bit of a fluff going on. And the red one goes over the white and then it starts to look pink, but there has been no bleeding. When I washed it, the water was clear. Before knitting it, I did a little swatch and then I washed it in I did things to it that you're not supposed to do to your knitted garments. Yeah, I used like a soap on it and then I rubbed it, I soaked it. I used hot water, I used cold water. I did all sorts of horrible things to it and it did not bleed, which was great news because I think it's quite hard to find red yarn that wouldn't bleed on white. And this one, I can tell you, this one is safe. It was Istex Camp Garn. The white, I think it's just called white. And the red one, I used the strawberry red. There is also a cherry red and tomato red. But I can't tell you anything about those because I haven't tested them. But I would assume they should be all right. But anyways, if you're planning to knit white and red garment, do the swatch and test the colors for bleeding because it's not cool to knit the whole thing, put your time, heart and effort in it and then soak it in the water and see it bleed all over the place. Yeah, that's never good. Always if I'm using several colors, I check that they are not gonna bleed on each other, especially if one of them is white. If it's like 3 grays, it probably doesn't matter that much, but if one of them is white or some other pale color, better check your yarns. Not to have nasty surprises. Yeah, I would be devastated if this would bleed. Yeah, it took me forever to make it. So this is lovely and I love it and I'm very happy with it. So, and you have seen me, you have been with me on this journey if you have watched Vlogmas this year. So let's put that aside. And actually those are all my December projects, but I will show you one more that I finished 2 days ago. I started it in December. That's why I'm gonna show it to you, but I finished it already in January. And you can guess what it is, right? They are here and they are done. My woolly pants, my ridiculous wool pants are ready and I love them. I started them on 2nd day of Christmas. Yeah, December 26th I started them. Because I was knitting something else on 24th and 25th. I was finishing socks and then I was working on on this one, on the anthology throw. It's waiting for a new yarn to be attached. I'm almost done with that. I'm already knitting on the border. But I started these on December 26th. It was a free day. I was just lounging at home, drinking coffee, eating Christmas leftovers, and I was thinking, what should I knit? And I was like, what's the thing that I have wanted forever and have not started? Like, have not had courage or time or like brain space. It was like wool pants. I need wool pants because today it's -12 outside, -12 Celsius, just like the weather forecast promised. It's very cold. Like, house is getting cool. Yeah, we just heated in the morning and now it starts to feel quite chilly again. It's already afternoon. You can see the light leaving. Yeah, we're in Finland. Yeah, it's a bit past 2. Yeah, the light is going, sun is going down. Okay, enough about that. So, pants. I finished my woolly pants. And I have already worn them once outside. Twice I have worn them outside. I finished them two days ago. And I love these. These are, I think they are one of the best knits I have made. They are so warm. I love them, and now I will tell you a bit more about them. So the pattern I used was Steve & West's Marled Mania leggings. And you knit these holding 2 strands of fingering weight yarn together. Probably you can also use just DK. And I think Steven suggested using 5mm needles, but I felt that for my gauge 5 is too much. And my butt will be cold. They will be like net pants if I use 5mm. So I went down to 4.5 and I still tried to knit very tight. One of the strands was black. One of the strands was black all over. And then the second strand was all sorts of leftovers. I picked all the most colorful scraps I had in my stash, and I was just putting them in however I felt. And I was mostly knitting until I ran out of that particular scrap. That's why you can see the stripes are different lengths. A couple of them I saved for the other leg, that the colors would repeat a little bit here and there. I just like divided them in half or half-ish and used them on both legs. But the legs are not matchy-matchy. They are mismatched. Some of the colors are repeating, but they are repeating in a different place. So, one strand was black sock yarn. I had a black opal sock yarn 4-ply, and then Drops Fabel, also black sock yarn. On the butt we do short row shaping to accommodate for the tush, and even my wide hips fit in this. Because I had tighter gauge and smaller needles, I went one size up, so I knit size 4 for myself. And they actually fit perfectly. And the only modification I did on the waist, I did a folded waistband. So basically I knit it and then knit it together. And if I ever need, I can put elastic between those, like in there, in the waistband. I can thread an elastic if I need. I have worn them twice and they were not slipping down yet. They might stretch during the use, but I think the sock yarn should hold up pretty well. Most of the second strand is merino, but I think the sock yarn should still give it a bit better shape. It shouldn't stretch out so badly. And I put these on a scale yesterday and they are 475 grams. So almost half kilo of yarn went into these, which means that my scrap yarn deposits are shrinking, which is a good thing. But I have also several blankets going. But yeah, I love these, I'm obsessed with these, and I've been wearing them outside. And it was not cold. I think yesterday was around -10. And I wore them outside for a couple of pictures, and then we just went for a walk, and they were very, very nice. I did not get cold, even though I had nothing under. I did not have any thermals or tights or anything, just these pants and then jacket on top. Yeah, so those are all my December projects, plus 2 extras. Generally, December was very nice this year. I think I was a bit more relaxed than usually. I worked less, which was good for my mental health. We did a lot of fun things around the house and outside as well. And yeah, basically we enjoyed time with the kids, but you've been following us probably throughout Vlogmas. I know that not everybody watched, but I've been just knitting and baking and doing other lovely wintry things. And it's already January and just a couple of more months and it's spring over here. I actually love winter when it's not a dark winter. And by that I mean not like overcast days. We get a couple of those very beautiful, bright wintry days when there is a lot of sun and the snow is sparkly, and those are my favorites. Yesterday was one of those, but I did not manage to record yesterday. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna give you a life update now. We can leave that for the regular episode. And do I have anything else to say? I will be knitting on my anthology throw. I will just quickly show it to you because this is my December project as well, but it's not yet done. It's almost done. I have a couple of colors here left. I'm gonna be making this border wider because I want to use all the colors from that advent calendar that I'm using here. Yeah. So yeah, and I am not gonna do an episode where I show all the knits from the last year because I counted them and I have made at least 55 knit and crochet items last year. It's not my biggest year. I think one year before I have made more, but I think 55 is a decent amount, and I think it would take me hours, like 4 hours to go through all of them. So I'm not gonna do that. But I think you have seen them throughout the year, and I have been a bit bad updating my Ravelry, but now I'm trying to be better and I'm going back and I'm slowly adding my old projects and pictures and descriptions to that. So if you have not been able to find something from there, hold on. Keep checking back because I'm trying to add everything to Ravelry. It will take me a while, but I hope I can do it. And I'll just quickly mention what I'm wearing today because probably there will be a question. There always is if I forget to mention. I'm wearing one of my favorite Lento sweater. I have 2. And I think I'm gonna make one more because I just love this very, very simple sweater. This one has shorter sleeves. It's from Line magazine and it's a pattern by Jonna Hietala. So I'm wearing that today. This is my oldest one. I think I knit it almost straight away when that magazine came out. Which was, I think, already a few years ago. A couple of years ago, probably. Wasn't it? I don't know. So I'm gonna finish it here, and thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I hope I will see you very soon next time. Thank you and heippa!